Alright, hey guys, it is Chris here again with another video, and in this video today we're going to be taking a look at the Sears and Roebuck store located in downtown Hackensack, New Jersey. Now, yes guys, unfortunately that time has come. The last Sears and Roebuck store located in Bergen County, New Jersey will be closing. That's right. The Sears and Roebuck store located in downtown Hackensack, New Jersey, will be closing on Saturday, September 12th, 2020. And that means there will only be one, count 'em, one Sears and Roebuck store left in the state of New Jersey, and that store is at the Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey. So, there is no article yet, but I've been seeing the articles for Rockaway Town Square coming out left and right, so I would expect the media to put out an article about this store probably within the next 24 hours or so. But anyways, let's take a look of where I found out the information. So pretty much like Rockaway, there are temporary jobs for store closings. Two opportunities for temporary cashiers, store closing, and backroom, and it says right here, store closing. So it is confirmed this store will be closing on Saturday, September 12th, 2020, and once again, that is due to the Bergen County Blue Laws, which requires all non-essential businesses to close on a Sunday. Yes, it is a weird law, but unfortunately, it is the law I have to deal with. So, anyways, we're going to now go ahead and get a very quick street view, and before we do a 3D view of this Sears and Roebuck store. So first, we're going to start off with the now closed, except for the merchandise pickup area, south entrance of the building. So yes, this is a very rare Sears and Roebuck store. This has been in Hackensack, New Jersey since 1928. So this Sears and Roebuck, this has been a staple in Bergen County for many years. So this Sears and Roebuck store has been in Bergen County for over 92 years. It's been standing in this same exact spot. So that is incredible. That this store has literally stood the test of time. It has dodged so many store closing lists. And now finally, as of today, Tuesday, June 30th, 2020, it is now slated to close by September. So it is very unfortunate that this store in particular is unfortunately closing. So let's get a better view. Let's give you guys a few seconds here to admire that merchandise pickup area of this store. It is very sad that the store is closing, but I've said it many times. Eddie Lampert is a Wall Street billionaire. He doesn't care about the stores, and he only cares about the profits. I may very well document this store because this really is a piece of Bergen County retail history, and this really it damn well deserves to be documented. So I'm going to try and hopefully get here to go ahead and document this store, especially since, I mean, this is the closest Sears and Roebuck store to my house. So I'm definitely going to try and document it at some point. But yeah, and that's probably a little bit of a better view of the area for merchandise pickup. So we'll give you a few seconds here to admire that. Okay, moving on here. This store is pretty cool. Like I said, this is a really old Sears and Roebuck store, and this store has really stood the test of the time. You can see that this was the former south entrance of the store, but ever since the changing neighborhood of Hackensack, they have since sealed off this entrance. In fact, there is only one entrance aside from the merchandise pickup area that you can enter this store. And I mean, Sears, Roebuck and Company, like, that is pretty cool that this is still here, but unfortunately the building is going away. I am sure the property was probably sold at some point to some developer who wanted it, and Eddie Lampert probably couldn't resist the amount of money he was about to get, so that's probably why this property was most likely sold. And you can see up here a bunch of boarded up windows. They boarded up a whole bunch of these windows, by the way. These used to be all glass windows, but they have since been boarded up. They've been boarded up for a very long time now, these windows up here in particular. But you can tell that the design and the design language of this building in particular is very special and very unique. And I think it really does hold a special place in Bergen County's retail history. I mean, it's been here since 1928, and now to close after 92 years of standing here. It's not, I mean, it's much more of a significant loss than Rockaway. Rockaway is still a significant loss, but this store has literally stood the test of time. And like I said, right over here, I'm going to go ahead and move our little Google map guy. You can see right up there, this says Sears Roebuck and Company. So you can even tell that this is just a classic store. And they were taking care of this store for many years. It still actually has the American flag. But I mean, even just the coolness of this store and the architecture and the design language, you know, there was a lot of thought that was put into this Sears and Roebuck store, which does make it very unique that this store, like I've said before, it really has stood the test of time. So, but this is pretty cool too. Yeah, I might very well go ahead and document this store. I got to talk to my friend about it and see what he says, but I would definitely be down to go ahead and document this store. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The elevator really is nothing special in here, but the outside of the building is what matters. And I think there is a freight Otis in there that's like an Otis crank. So that's what makes this store kind of interesting too. And now we're moving on to the west entrance of the building. You can see here it's just a whole bunch of this these little white squares, very unique and stuff. All these are boarded up windows, by the way, from left to right. And this is actually another entrance into the store. You can see that even the entrance inside the building used to be very unique. But like I said, they've had to close off so many entrances for various reasons, and that's why they've done that for that reason. But again, you can see the beautiful Sears Roebuck and Company sign. It's just a real shame that this store had to close, but I think we all know who to blame, and Eddie Lampert is 100% responsible for this unfortunate store casualty and closure too. But now at this point, I think Sears, guys, is pretty much done. This is a really good shot. You get this Sears and Roebuck and Co. sign, and then you get Sears Roebuck and Co. up here. But at this point, guys, I do believe that Sears is done. I mean, there's only one more store left in New Jersey, and at this point, it's only a matter of time before they go ahead and close the store in particular. But I was like, wow, like that quickly it was posted, and it's just incredibly sad, this Sears store closure in particular. It's a piece of New Jersey retail history, Bergen County retail history, and plenty of others. But yeah, it's really sad that this store is closing. It's definitely a piece of history, and this too probably was unique at one point, but it's just a real shame. So, but yeah, this is the other part of it, the white squares. Like I've said, the design language of the building makes the building very unique and special. That's for sure. And actually, what this store actually had for many years was a little key kiosk. So you could actually come to this Sears and Roebuck store and actually get your keys in this little kiosk right next to the Sears and Roebuck store, which I think that's kind of unique that they did that. No, you know what? I want to get a great shot of the Sears sign on top. So I think this is probably going to be the best shot of the store as a whole. Yes, I'm cutting off that part, but that really doesn't matter. But to take this in, it is something quite beautiful. This was a beautiful Sears and Roebuck store at one time, and it is honestly it's very disappointing to see this store go, like I've said. So, but anyways, so we'll get a little bit closer to the main entrance. Let's actually go a little bit to the left. But I mean, you can even tell too. I mean, look at how rusty the ramp is, and look at how rusty the stairs were. So the infrastructure of this store was depreciating very quickly, and Sears really didn't have the money to fix up the infrastructure. I mean, I could automatically tell by the rotting of the sidewalk, the rotting of the ramp. You could really tell that this store was in some serious trouble, and it was literally only a matter of time. Like I said on that live stream on Sunday, you know, it was a time ticking bomb, and now for this store, apparently the time has run out to keep this store open, and now over the summer, along with Rockaway Town Square, this store is expected to now go into liquidation sales. I'm not sure what emblem was here. If you guys can tell me in the comments, that would definitely be very helpful. But yeah, this store is closing. Like I said, I would expect an article to come out at some point within the next 24 to 48 hours, depending on which way you look at it. But like I said, this is a very sad closure. And, you know, Eddie Lampert really should be ashamed of himself for closing all these stores and putting all these people out of work. I mean, people have built foundations at Sears. They've built their careers, and now this man is literally just taking it from the people's feet, you know. Sometimes I wonder how Eddie Lampert sleeps with himself at night, putting all these people out of work. It's a shame. It's just a real shame. And then right here you have the Sears loading dock. This is a much smaller loading dock compared to Rockaway. It just has 3 bays instead of having like 6 bays over at Rockaway. But like I said, it's compared to having 6 bays and 3 bays. This one has 3 bays of trucks, while the other Sears and Roebuck store has 6 bays, and Hackensack has 3 bays. So sorry about that. Sorry about me cutting off. I do apologize about that. But let's get a quick 3D view of this store, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to go take a quick look at the Sears Auto Center. So we have the eastern portion of the building with the Sears Roebuck and Company sign. By the way, this sign is on all 4 sides of this little tower, which is very unique. So you have the east portion of the store. Take the flip it over here. You got the southern portion of the store, the western portion, and where the tower mainly sits, the western portion of the Sears and Roebuck store, and finally you have the eastern portion of the store. Now, something interesting I wanted to share also about this Sears and Roebuck store. This store also had a, what's it called? Had another portion here. However, that has been taken over by Aldi, but there used to be another portion here. There is also the Auto Center to take a look at really quickly at this particular store. It's one of the very few. The last Sears Auto Center to exist in New Jersey will be in Jersey City after this closure. And who knows what's going to happen with that. So we got this portion over here. This is probably where you would come in, schedule an appointment for Sears Auto Center, and that's how you would do it. But yeah, it's really a shame that this Sears Auto Center is going out. This too also has some classic stuff, but yeah, it's certainly a real shame. You got another over here. You have another blue sign for the Auto Center right over here. So I'll give you a few seconds here to admire that. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go around here. So you guys have seen that already. I'll give you a couple more seconds to admire that. And then, let me see. Let's see if we can get like a view. Okay, this is not working right. Okay, oh wow, that's a great sign of the Sears Auto Center sign. So I'll give you a few seconds here to admire that. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I'm not going to be able to get a great view of the Auto Center. This is probably going to be the best view, but you can see from left to right, there are about 6 garages in total, and I know this is like I said, this is the best view I can get from here of the Auto Center. So, but it's a real shame that this store is closing. Like I've said time and time again, this is all Eddie Lampert's fault. And he's putting a bunch of people out of work during a global epidemic, which is just a real shame, like I've said many times before. So over here, you also got some more stuff here as well. But this is the back of the building. A couple more open garages over here, and we'll give you guys just a few seconds here to take on this beautiful Sears Auto Center in particular. But yeah, it is still very sad that this whole store is closing. It's just a real shame that it is, indeed. And then we come over here a little bit, get a better view of the. Whoop, did not mean to do that. Get a little bit of a better view of the Sears Auto Center sign. But you know, like I said, it's just a real shame. And now the only Sears and Roebuck store left in New Jersey will be at the Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey. And after that, there'll be no more Sears and Roebuck stores left. I really thought Hackensack was going to be the last one to close, but I guess Jersey City is going to be the last one to close. So yeah, this is the west side of the Auto Center. It looks like some old garages too, probably connected to the Auto Center. The north side, east side, and it looks like some yellow things over there. Probably an entrance where you can schedule and pick up your cars and stuff. And finally, the south side of the Auto Center. So yeah, guys, this is a very sad Sears and Roebuck closure. Like I said, I wish the people best of luck brushing up your resumes and finding a new job. The best of luck to all these people who are now going to be out of a job. Again, this is a very sad loss for not just for Hackensack, but also for the state of New Jersey and also for Bergen County too. This is a Bergen County staple. It's a real shame that this store is closing. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and that will be